Welcome to Namastina Yoga. I'm Christina. I'm coming to you today from the yoga studio where I teach when I'm at home in Minnesota. Today I'm bringing you part 2 of my Yoga Basics series. Today we will be going through 8 of the basic standing poses. So grab a mat and come join me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Our first pose today is called mountain pose. Mountain pose, you can have your feet together or slightly apart. Arms are at your sides, palms either facing forward or straight towards your legs. I prefer the palms forward myself. Shoulders are out of the ears. We don't want to see any hunched up shoulders. We want the spine nice and long, pulling the belly in towards the spine, engaging the core. And simply breathe. Can work on tucking the tailbone too. We don't want the tailbone tipped back. We're going to tuck the tailbone, helping to engage the core, keeping the spine long. And that is your basic mountain pose. Our next pose is a standing forward fold. For our standing forward fold, we'll begin with our arms at our sides in mountain. Inhale, the arms rise up. And exhale, we're going to fold forward, reaching for the toes, reaching for the earth. So we'll show you this from a different angle. Standing forward fold, it's not necessary to have the legs straight. It's actually preferable to get the deep hinge at the hips to bend the knees slightly. So we're going to inhale, the arms rise up. And we're going to exhale, fold forward, reaching for the earth. I'm going to rest my upper body on my thighs and reach for the earth. If you can't reach the earth, feel free to rest your hands on your shins. But I'm going to reach for the earth, allow my head to hang heavy. And I'm going to slowly straighten the legs. Trying to keep my spine long here. Trying to keep the shoulders out of the ears. I don't want to hunch my shoulders up. I want to keep my spine nice and long, shoulders out of the ears, and just allow the head to hang heavy. And inhale, rise all the way up. Resting hands at heart center. That is your basic standing forward fold. If you are at a challenge to reach the earth, feel free to take your yoga blocks and you can place those on the ground in front of you, or you can rest your hands on your shins. Our next pose today is chair pose. Again, beginning in mountain pose. We're going to inhale, arms rise up, and I'm going to shift the hips back as I bend the knees, just like I'm sitting in a chair. So I'll show that to you from the side. Inhaling the arms up, bending at the knees, shifting the hips back, keeping those arms over the ears, keeping the spine nice and long. And that is your basic chair pose. Our next pose today is going to be Warrior One. For Warrior One, we typically start at the top of our mat. And we're going to step one foot or the other backwards, whichever is instructed in your class. So I'm going to step my foot back. This pose here is called High Runner's Lunge. And I'm going to lower my back heel, turning the toes at a 45, keeping that front leg bent. And inhaling the arms up, Finding your warrior one. Hands can be apart or together. That front knee is over the ankle. I have a heel to heel alignment, so my front heel and my back heel should be in alignment with each other. I'm going to show you this pose from the side. So I'm starting at the front of my mat. I'm going to step backwards to my high runner's lunge, lower that back heel at a 45, arms rise up, finding my warrior one. For warrior one, if you take a look from the front again, my hips and shoulders are aligned with the front of my mat. So taking a look, everything's squared. My back hip is wanting to push forward. My front hip on my front leg is pushing backwards, keeping the hips straight. I don't want my hips open to the side. I want them lined up with the front. That's your warrior one. Our next pose is a variation of warrior one. It's called humble warrior. So I'll find myself back in warrior one. I'm going to release the hands, interlace the fingers behind my back, and straighten my elbows. Take a nice big inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, I'm going to fold forward over. So I'm going to show you this pose from the side. Again, we're going to find our warrior one. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, release the hands, interlace the fingers behind the back, straighten the elbows. I'm going to take a nice big inhale to lengthen the spine, squaring the hips and shoulders. Exhale, I'm going to fold forward over that bent front leg. So all of these warrior poses in your class, you will be repeating this on both sides. Our next pose today is warrior two. Warrior two is going to be a little different than warrior one because we're going to open our hips to the side of the mat. So starting at the top of our mat, I'm going to step a foot backwards. And instead of turning my toes from my high runner's lunge to a 45, I'm going to turn all the way out to the side. So now my heel and my back arch are aligned instead of a heel to heel. So I'm still keeping that front leg bent. But in warrior two, I'm going to reach my arms out to the side. And you see now my hips are open to the side. That front knee is still over the front ankle, but the knee is pressing outward. So I should be able to look down and see my big toe. If I can't see my big toe, it means my knee is pressing inward. I'm going to push the knee out, keeping good alignment. My gaze is always over my front fingers, and my fingers are reaching for opposing walls. My shoulders are out of the ears. So I will show you this pose from the side. So I'm finding my heel to arch alignment and reaching my arms in opposite directions. This is your warrior two. So the next pose is called reverse warrior. So we'll begin in warrior two. I'm going to flip my front palm up, raise my front arm to the sky, back arm goes to the back of the leg. Gaze goes up at my raised arm, finding my reverse warrior. So again, I can show this to you from the side. Finding my warrior two, flip the front palm up, front arm goes to the sky, back arm goes to the back of the leg. And that's your reverse warrior. The last pose I'm going to show you today is called triangle pose. I do recommend grabbing a block for triangle pose. If you've never done triangle pose before, this is going to help you. So I'm just set my block on my mat. I will move it as I work my way into this pose. So we again are going to start in Warrior Two. I have my heel to arch alignment, reaching my arms in opposite directions. I'm going to straighten that front leg. Take a nice big inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to reach forward and down. And if you'd like, you place your block here. Rest that hand on the block, reaching your back arm all the way to the sky. Now, if your core strength will allow, you can reach forward and down and rest your hand on your shin, or rest your hand suspended in the air, really strengthening your core, engaging those core muscles. So I will show you this pose from the side. So we're starting in Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg. Take a nice big inhale, and as I exhale, reach forward and down, finding your triangle pose. Coming back to Warrior Two. And that will finish up my two-part series for yoga basics, seated and standing poses. If there are any other poses that you would like to see me demonstrate, feel free to drop a message in my chat, and I will be happy to record that in a future video. Thank you for joining me today. Wishing you hope, health, and happiness. Namaste.